you understand that in successfully applying the law of attraction, it's vital that you maintain positive thoughts. So how do you stop all the negative thoughts that are happening in your mind? Here's a very quick and simple technique to use. Before I show you this technique, I need you to understand something. Your mind is like a machine, and that machine quickly follows a certain rhythm. It's like a record. It creates a groove for whatever thought patterns that you have playing out in your head. And the more you play out a certain thought pattern, the mind simply falls into the groove, and it keeps on doing it until the mind begins to work on its own. So if you have a tendency of looking at life from a negative perspective or a pessimistic outlook on life, you will find that your thinking, your thoughts will degrade into a continuous negative, repetitive negative thinking, and you seem not to be able to stop those thoughts. And those thoughts can continue on for maybe hours, where you just keep replaying the same old negative thing, as though it has a control over you. And really, it does have control over you, because the mind is really taking control, because you haven't yet learned to control the mind. You haven't yet understood that the mind is just a tool. It's not you, and that you've got to control the mind. So one of the first things you could do is recognize that. Recognize the mind isn't you. These thoughts playing out begin to continue on and on and on and on, because then you've instructed the mind, oh, I'm thinking negative, and you may just want to process a negative thought for 5-10 minutes, but next thing you know, hours have gone by and you can't stop thinking of those negative thoughts, but you know you should stop them, but you simply cannot stop them, because again, the mind is doing it now on automatic. It's just going on its own, and you're frustrated and you want to stop it, but it's not stopping. Recognize that you're not the mind. That's the first thing. And second, begin to control it. Begin to control it by using this method. And I know, because I've used this method again and again and again, and it always works. You cannot say to the mind, don't think negative thoughts. The mind functions the way the mind functions. So you've got to change a negative thought to a positive thought, and replay the positive thought over and over and over until the mind becomes addicted to it. Simple. So in the moment when you find yourself thinking something really dismal and negative and you can't seem to get rid of it, write down on a piece of paper a more positive outlook on that situation. Write out a positive statement. Repeat the statement over and over and over. Find 5 statements to support the idea, because the mind doesn't work with one word or one statement. It works with a series of statements. So create a series of statements, 5 or 7 statements, and beat those statements into the mind. At first, your mind may reject it, and it always does, because the mind is now saying, no, these are the thoughts I'm playing out right now. This is the program we're on. We're on the negative trip. And I don't know where you're coming from with this positive stuff now, but I don't want to hear that. The mind will always do that. Again, you're not the mind. The mind is a machine, and it's working on its own. And it becomes addicted to whatever it is that has played out for a bit of time. So you want to do the opposite. Get the mind addicted to a more positive thought. Replay those thoughts over and over and over. And even though the mind is resistant, just keep repeating them and repeating them and repeating them, and look for ways in your mind, images in your mind where it could be true. And it may not feel true at first, but just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And you know what? After about 30 minutes, the mind starts to give up. The battle begins to lose the battle. So you keep on doing it. In the next 35, 40 minutes, you've won. Never forget, you are not your mind, but you need to control the mind. So control the mind with more positive statements. And soon enough, the mind will become addicted to those positive thoughts and those positive words. Just allow the mind to go where you want it to go. Take some time. It takes a little time, but do it. If you found this tip helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Please click the link inside this video where you will receive more tools to assist you in manifesting what you want a lot faster.